Hi, my name is Benjamin Moore. I'm a business major, freshman, and I wanted to start by answering some of these questions. First question: what did you learn about media that you did not know before taking this course? Um, to be honest, I didn't learn that much. Media isn't really that. Media really isn't complicated. If anything, I learned when the first camera was invented, or the first TV, or when newspapers became popular as a trend. But overall, I didn't really say I would learn anything about media. Um, what do you personally believe about media effects? Media effects are very important, but they're very much important. I mean, it's all over. It's very important. Like even when you get a job and stuff, like you like when my father said when he got his job, they looked through his social media and stuff. It's important that you get that situated. You don't want to be doing things if you know you don't want to be putting yourself in a position where you don't get a job. And if you do that things, then you got to make sure that whatever you do in life goes together with what you put on the media on social media and stuff. What have you started to pay attention to? What are you reading, watching, listening to, and why? Have you started paying attention to? My bad. Yes, I have. I always was paying attention to it. I would say as I got older versus when I was younger, but overall, yes, I have. Like when I listen to songs and stuff, I actually hear what they're saying. I don't just bump my head, but I like hear what they're saying. Um, I was listening to a song of the day, and they talked about the song. The lyric was like, "Don't get snaked out like Richard Porter." I was like, "Who's Richard Porter?" Looked him up. He's like a notorious drug dealer who died in the '90s during like something about Harlem and like something about drugs and Harlem. I don't know too much about it, but I do know that he was like an American drug dealer, and he said, "Guys, don't get snaked out," because he was killed by his man, something like that. So yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I do start paying attention to media and what I'm listening to and stuff like that. What is your view on social media? I think social media helps bridge the world together. I think without social media, the world would be farther apart. I think it also helps put things to light, but at the same time, it has the opposite effect. It shows a lot more negativity. Like for example, there are important things happening overseas, but there are also important things happening locally. And what's most important is what's happening around you locally, and then overseas comes afterwards. But due to social media, you think, oh, what's happening overseas is more important than locally. Like, no, what happens overseas doesn't affect your life. You need to worry about what's happening in front of you, then worry about what's happening overseas. But I think social media as a whole is a good thing to the world.